Today we're analysing the best dodgeball opening rushes.
We scoured the internet looking for the best teams with the best opening rushes to extract the best tips and tricks on how to dominate the opening rush.
Let's go!
And both teams pretty quick off the rush this time.
We got Malaysia.
Malaysia versus Canada.
They run up and they do a fake pass and a fake throw at the other opponents. The other team, they like flinch just a little bit. Maybe that little fake helped them to
Like go defensive.
just go defensive and not throw.
It's cool how they do that illusion of the flick. Just to, if someone was just to see that flick and then go back to what they were doing, they wouldn't even know if there was a fake flick off or not.
Yeah, it's like the power of the faking again. It's a good way to distract.
Can you do anything else that you can fake to like
Fake.
draw attention else somewhere else in dodgeball? Something
Fake
else?
catch. You know how the people like do this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a powerful thing. That's for another video.
That is for another video.
Yeah.
Or fake calls and stuff like that. Maybe like fake eye contact. I'll be like, both of us on one. But as I say, both of us on one, I'm pointing to number 6.
Mm.
And it's like that type of faking. Yeah.
Oh, wow. We can do a whole nother video on faking.
Yeah.
Here we go. Quick toss back to Dylan Clark Odin.
I think what I see here is USA runs faster, but Great Britain, the way that they receive it, he's already in his windup and he's like ready to throw straight away.
Yes.
Whereas USA is like, they run and then he's doing his windup.
Yeah, he grabs it at the front and then he goes into the windup. But some people say if you receive it in front of you, then the windup is more power. But then again, if you were to receive the ball and you receive it up here, then you don't need to do that initial windup. You've already received it here, so then the rest of the motion is just the force going back down and through the other way. Yeah.
So I guess the lesson is if you wanted to do a quicker opening rush, then rather it being two separate actions, it's like one flowing continuous action of receiving and like throwing at the same time.
Yes, which would be the job of the receiver, but it's also an equal part for the person throwing the ball to like get like the perfect steps to land perfectly, hold on to the ball, flick it up to where they need the ball to go for that person to be able to throw. And then you also got to think of like the person that's running for the ball, are they going for 2 or are they going for 1? So we haven't even talked about placement yet. Because if the person running for the ball runs for 1 ball, you pass it off, then you don't have any balls left. So you're not a big threat, but you can get out easily. But if you have 2 balls, you pass 1 off, then you have 1 to defend yourself.
Came on the first rush. Yeah, that's not what you want. They still get there pretty quickly though.
That's an interesting one. The guy who receives it, he runs all the way to the left, and I think he's moving upwards so that all the players are distracted by him.
Yeah, the pressure is all here now.
Yeah.
It's all here.
He's doing the distraction over here so that he can have an opening.
And that's 2 plays out. But one other thing I did notice is with the Malaysians, they have 3 balls, right? You see the 3rd ball?
They just flung it and...
So imagine how much more value you had if you had a 3rd ball. It hits this player, it's in the air, it goes out, everyone's looking at it. So if Malaysia had another ball in hand, you could potentially take an opportunity shot and have taken out 3 players in the first 30 seconds.
Would have been insane.
Yeah. And then you have what? 3 players left with 5 balls, but you only need to watch out for like 1 triple or a double and a single. Yeah. Look how fast Michael White is.
Oh my god. 1. It's like 1.5 seconds.
Griffins receives it much faster and is able to take the first shot, and that's it. Like that's as simple as it gets in terms of a clean opening rush.
The faster the player, the more advantage you have.
Yeah, the flick off was good. Receiving side, we know we were too slow, so then you just have to grab the 2 balls and survive.
And defend.
Yeah, but missed the block. The flick back is really important because if it's a slow flick back, like a person could possibly run faster than the speed of the flick back. So depending on the position on where you are from the person flicking the ball back and the power and accuracy of the person doing the flick back, all is its own weird kinetic chain.
Oh, I totally just understand what you just said.
Yeah. The most effective way is to, as you're running, run into the ball, into the motion of throwing and releasing it to cut out wasted time. And in opening rushes, wasted times could be literally milliseconds.
Like we just saw, like 0.5 seconds makes the biggest difference.
Italy versus Australia.
And Italy is just, even though it's some of the same people, completely different than their first one. I mean, even the Australian team from in New Zealand.
Wait, what? I just did not see what happened there. Carolyn gets the first goal out.
One, yep. And then the second ball hits one, rebounds, hits the other one. So pass back, consistent with Australia. Italy, not so much. The Italy pass back is like a no-look pass back. And then because number 5 looked eager to move up, and as soon as she moves up, a couple steps up, then
she's already ready.
Yeah.
But it looked like she was going to throw anyway.
Capitalize, yeah. Ooh. Wow, very quick. Oh, wow. There you go. We said we're going to talk about another video, but let's just talk about it quickly now. Is feet positioning. From this angle, we can see the feet positioning here for Kevin and Will is their right foot forward and left foot at the back. So I think something for you to figure out if you are a runner or not, like a beginning runner, is to figure out which leg is stronger, like the left leg or your right leg. And it's like, which one is the one at the front? And apparently what I've been told is the one at the front should be the stronger one, because as you push off the back, the front one's going to be the strongest one to lift off. At the very beginning, you're planted and then the back foot like pushes off. But then after the push off, it's more like the power of your leg drive to like drive you like forward instead. That's something to look into in terms of leg strength and leg positioning, like feet positioning. Then something else you might want to do is figure out how many steps to get to the middle line.
It's all like the timing, and it's like you got to do those multiple actions in the most minimal time possible. Because
like the other thing I was saying was maybe your opening rush is you're running and you jump, and then as you jump, you land and then you flick back. But maybe the time you spend to jump is taken away from the time spent to flick back. Yeah, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
it's like time spent here is like time lost somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we have spoken about this before in our other dodgeball analysis video, is the way that people start off. Some people start off with like the hands in like a ready position. I notice here that Will's front foot is pointed forward and Kevin's front foot is pointed sideways, and the way they start is different. It's two different types of starting positions.
Some people use their hand as like an extra way to push off.
Yes.
Or just like stabilize himself.
Yeah. Kevin is using more body momentum and Will's using more arm momentum when you're like swinging your arm.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen how Pyong runs? He's just like he does a massive like whole body push or something.
Yeah. So that's a great one too. Which all comes down to experimenting, isn't it? Experimenting and learning how to connect the chain of whistle blow through your ear and register it in your body so your feet can just fucking dart. Yeah.
Des.
Mm-hmm. See that play where he like moves into this side but then throws to the right? So good.
Gives him the feeling that, oh, okay, maybe he's not going to go for me, and then he does go for him.
Yeah. And then the choice of like, oh no, it's not going to go for Des, line of sight, and it might hit someone else as well. Yeah.
So it's like always looking for that collateral damage.
Collateral damage, window of opportunity. Yeah. Collateral damage, window of opportunity for the most value. Yeah.
There should be a formula for like who to target on the opening rush.
Yeah.
That'll be so cool.
Always Carolyn. So this game, Bankstown Boys versus Little Bay Lightning, New South Wales Dodgeball League game, I think like 90% of the time, and I got most of the players out on the rush and I was still able to survive. Like everything that we've talked about in terms of like the pass off and the catching, accuracy, getting someone out and getting out, it's displayed really, really well in this video. And I'm actually super proud of myself how well I did.
Let's see how you do it.
Yeah. So I'm at the back receiving. Unfortunately, the camera angle's a bit but still decent.
You flowed very well, like your motion, like running up,
receiving the ball,
receive, and then throwing, and you're still following through with your motion, and then you're just going around and dodging.
Yes.
So it's not like you throw and then you stay there, but like you're on your way back.
Yes. So, and it's all about decision making too, right? So in the first set, I went for number 10 here. And this is the second set, and because the second set, number 10 here is scared that I'm going to hit him again, so I'm not going to go for him anymore. I'll go for number 95.
But then in that way, the next set, they're like, oh, they're both going to be like, crap, he's going to throw at one of us.
So that means maybe, logically, I might throw at number 1, because the other two are going to be afraid now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right, that was my plan.
Was it?
Yeah. So you can see
they're like all scared of it.
Yeah, they're all super scared. Number 80 was in front, so it's in like the line of sight. So if I'm gonna miss one, I might get the one behind. And
he ducked as well.
Yeah.
Would you say that you pre-decide who you want to throw at before you do the opening rush, or like once you receive the ball, then you decide who to throw at?
It's sort of like you've penciled it in. You know what I mean? It's not in pen yet. It's not written in pen.
Yeah.
It's just penciled in because I've got an idea of like priority targets.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, do you receive it faster? If you receive it slower, are you going defensive? Are you looking for a specific opportunity to throw out?
I feel like watching your 3 opening rushes is a great example of showing how when you make a specific move, it like carries on throughout the game.
Yeah.
So like you hit out one person and then it's a carry on effect. Next round they're going to be fearful if you're going to throw at them. So then you can like double down on that, or you can change your direction and then just always keeping people on their feet.
Yeah.
It's such a psychological thing.
Yeah.
One. Oh my god.
Like Henry didn't need to go up for that one.
And now it's a 6v3.
Yeah. At the very beginning, did you notice that normally the first person runs for 2, possibly passes 1 back or keeps 2. And the second person runs for 1, possibly pass back or keeps it himself. And in this formation of them right now, looks like counter pass back to Carolyn. But then as we start, you can see Daniel...
It's like moving
in to get the pass back.
And then they both pass it back.
Yeah, so it's a double receive, but when they set up, it's not set up as a double receive.
That's so smart, because when the other team's starting, they're going to be like, oh, okay, it looks like a typical setup. But when you start off with maybe if Daniel was already behind on, then it's like, oh, okay, they're doing something shifty.
Yeah.
But because it's like...
It looks so normal. And at this point, all of a sudden, receiver looks up, Daniel's got a ball. What the heck? Yeah.
Now more people have a ball than you initially thought.
Yeah.
The way that they played just then in the first like 10 seconds of the opening rush is like a great example of like instinctual play. Like it's not like set hard rules where it's like, oh, you can only throw 1 ball at the start. You can only throw 2 balls. Or it's like they flowed with the game. It's like they countered, then you countered, and then it's like, oh, if there's an opportunity, then just go for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like you have 0 balls now, but you've thrown all 6, but like they have 3 players.
That's right.
So it's like a good balanced trade-off.
Yeah. The rule of like not throwing the 5th or 6th ball is a very loose rule. Actually breaking that rule and playing outside those rules to your advantage is how you get better, I suppose, because people would be expecting you to keep the 5th and 6th ball. Yeah, it's just up to that whole question of like, is it worth it?
And that brings us to the end of the opening rush video. If you haven't subscribed already, then hit the subscribe button right now so you can see more videos just like this one. And we'll see you in the next video.
I'm Phil! I'm Phil!
And I'm Peter!
And we'll see you in the next episode.